Hey again. So, it's a bit ironic that a guy who likes to talk as much as me is engaged in a job that is really kind of all about listening. As a person who has more than a touch of ADHD, you'd think that I'd want to go instruct hang gliding or fix cars or take classes on how to make good YouTube videos. But there's a bit more to counseling than just sitting for a while and asking about how patients' relations to their mother have went since they were a child. I mean, obviously, not a lot much, but a little more. So, here's a pro suggestions to being a better listener. 1. Stick with the subjects at hand. Drifting off to, oh, that reminds me of this one time, can make it look like you're not really paying attention, and especially if you aren't. But most of the time, when people are in conversation, they're actually trying to figure out what they want to say next, and you can spot it pretty quickly. They'll perk up and say something like, oh, and sometimes, they'll just flat out interrupt. Watching two bad conversationalists is a lot like watching a tennis match during a football game. Nobody wins and nobody knows how to keep score. Point number 2, talk a little less. Or a lot less. This one is really troublesome for some folks. If you're used to being the life of the party, that's great. Oh, that's when it's a party. Relax. Every conversation isn't actually about you. I promise. Sit back. Let the other people regale you with stories of them being awesome. And here's a trick for that. If you respond with the word, oh, I, or a story about me really quickly, you're probably being egotistical or just trying to one-up someone. Look at more of your conversations as an opportunity to engage. Otherwise, you're just doing bad listening because you're making it about you. Point number 3. Respond to what a person said with some reflection. Paraphrase them to make sure you get it right. Add to their conversation with a relevant experience or ask them for more. Generally, people like to talk about themselves. There are a few benefits in being a good listener. 1. You come across as smart. 2. People really feel good about sharing with you, and when that happens, they develop a better bond with you. Don't abuse it.